Michael Frankel for CageMinds.com. We're here at Jackson Little John MMA. We got Hunter Tucker with us, getting ready. Legacy 28. We're about 9 days out. Co-main event spot against Damon Jackson. You're 6-1. He's 7-0. Two highly touted featherweight prospects. This is a big fight. So first off, how you doing, Hunter?
Doing great, man. Never been better, to be honest. So, yeah, in a good place.
And we'll throw it out there. Happy birthday.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
9 days left. Camp's almost behind you. How's the body feeling?
Great, man. It was another rigorous camp, and somehow I came out healthy on the other end. So I'm thankful and ready to go.
You and Damon, you guys have kind of been mirroring each other on a Bellator card together, on a Legacy card, so you guys know each other. Was he someone that you're kind of like, well, I could see this leading towards a future matchup with?
Yeah, I definitely had a feeling that if we both continued, that we'd probably fight eventually, and here it is now. I think, like you said, we're two up-and-comers, and the way I look at it, this is like a title elimination bout, so I'm pumped.
With that, how much have you guys being on the same card, don't know how much you were in the back and stuff, but how much were you able to see of his fights?
I did see, especially his last one. His last one was on TV, so I saw that, and it was actually a common opponent of mine. And the Bellator fight, I don't think I watched that at the time, but I've seen. He also fought another guy, Louis Luna, one of my teammates, and that was a really good fight. So I've seen a decent amount of him, so I feel like I know what he's bringing to the table.
So what do you think you're going to be able to go out there and exploit in his game?
He is obviously, he's a wrestler, grappler, and that's what he wants to do for the most part. I think that's what he's done in almost every fight. I don't know if it's that he's not comfortable on the feet or if he just reverts back to his wrestling or if he thinks that is his best bet or what. But I've got some answers and some skills that a lot of the other guys don't have, so I feel like I'm going to be able to give him some problems wherever it goes.
You both are finishers. Any chance we see this fight make it 3 rounds?
I wouldn't count on it, mainly because I plan on putting him away, man. That's what I do, and that's what I prepared for, and I'm ready to go.
Your last fight was about 4.5 months ago? 3.5?
Let's see, it was October, so yeah, 4 months maybe.
Had some time since then. What was it like being able to take that time, enjoy the holidays, and then get back in the groove?
It was good. Honestly, I just took a couple weeks off after my last one, and then I was just right back at it, man. That was a great win for me, and like I said, I wanted to build off of it, and that's exactly what I did, man. So I just got back in the gym, been sharpening stuff up, been tightening up my game, and I think this is obviously the best I've ever been.
Been doing interviews us for a while now. So since that time, in this last over 1.5 years or so, has everything progressed and kind of lined up the way you expected, or
I believe that the first part of my pro career and obviously my amateur career, I was building experience. I was coming in my own as a fighter, figuring out what I was good at, where I needed to improve, and now I feel like I've really come into my own, and I'm figuring out how to be the most efficient possible and also the most dangerous at the same time. So I'm really, I think I'm hitting on all cylinders, man. That's going to show February 21st.
So you're not a vet, you're not a rookie right now, but you're definitely, you're not a veteran right now. So what would you label, where you're at in this progression?
I believe, like I said, I was building experience, and now it's time to start climbing that ladder, man. Leonard's the champ in Legacy in my weight class, and I hope that he defends his belt in March. I'm going to beat this guy, and then I want to be in line for that title shot. That's what I'm looking at.
So could we see a possible teammate versus teammate, or do you think Leonard would move on?
Leonard's
possibly?
like a brother to me, and I won't be stepping in there, for a Legacy belt. As much as that means to me, it means the world to me, but Leonard is my boy, and I wouldn't step on his toes like that. Just
wanted to make sure on that, get it out there before everyone else starts saying, Leonard just said he would fight Leonard.
And there's been a lot of talk. Leonard was possibly going to go back to the UFC after this last fight, but he's going to defend it once, and then I expect him to go right after that.
So you think your opportunity will be for a vacant title then, basically?
Possibly, yeah.
So with it going from getting the Bellator experience to getting this Legacy experience on these big stages, how much more comfortable are you with that from when we talked to you on the Jackson series before?
Yeah, this, fighting for Legacy is a dream come true, man. I feel like that's a feeder for the UFC, and that's, where I want to go eventually. So it's really just a picture-perfect scenario, and I couldn't be more thankful to Mick Maynard and Colin Cantrell and all these guys that are getting me these fights and putting on great shows, man. It's a top-rate organization.
When you're talking about only took a couple weeks off, got right back on the grind, what's some things you've been doing for yourself? Something to help you relax or something to, get the other side?
Well, I went skydiving not too long ago. That was awesome. I love being in nature and rock climbing and just hanging out with my buddies, man. All these guys here are like a family, and, we know how to have a good balance, too. I not much for partying and stuff these days. I'm pretty focused on my fight career, but it's been great. And then also the holidays, getting to see family. I just feel great, man.
So there you go, Adam, to the perception of the Jacksons guys being crazy with everything Cerrone does. Now you're saying you guys went and jumped out of a plane together. How did that work?
Me and Landon, we went, I think it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. He was just like, hey, man, I'm going skydiving this weekend. Like, you should come. And I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to go skydiving. So I went and did it, and it was phenomenal, dude. It was one of the best feelings I've ever had. And so, yeah, I mean, it's been great, man. And jumping out of a plane, you're like, well, I mean, it doesn't get much more intense for that.
Unless you're a cage fighter.
And I've had enough cage fights, and that was just a totally unique feeling, man. But obviously, I'm looking forward to get back in the cage. That's my main thing, and that's my focus.
And then, again, with everything going on the lighter side, got any new toys or anything? I'm sure you got to reward yourself after a win. Anything good on that end?
Yeah, not that I can think of, man. It kind of was a ritual of mine to just get one thing after a fight here and there, but I'm just pouring it all into training these days, man. I'm trying to take care of my coaches and my diet and all the things that come with it, and I'm just really having a blast training and fighting.
From the experience that you've had over this time, people talk about dieting. I saw some the other days. It's like fighters don't diet and exercise. We train and eat.
Yeah.
So how much is that, from where you were, in the amateurs to where you are now? You're like, no, it's more of just a lifestyle. It's not a diet.
I think just like the weight cut and just like everything else, you learn more as you go along. And I've really gotten comfortable with what foods and beverages are good for me. And so yeah, that's evolved over time, and I feel like it's definitely better than ever. I train so much that I have to eat all the time just to stay at the right weight I want to stay at. To be honest.
So you're feeling like you're almost now a small featherweight, or
no? I'd say that I've got my frame's pretty big, and I've always been a pretty decent sized featherweight, but. I don't want to make that a reality, I don't want to be like walking around my weight or something, so I make sure and get enough calories to where I'm feeling great and training hard and everything's on point,
And then once more, again, you're both Texas boys. I know the crowd's going to be going crazy, especially for the co-main event. Like you said, most likely looking like a title eliminator with your guys' records. What's that meaning for you, getting that outlet to you train here and going to go back there for this?
Right, yeah, I think he lives in Dallas. I don't know. He might be from Oklahoma. I'm not sure where he's from exactly, but yeah, I'm born and raised Wichita Falls, Texas, and there's nowhere I like fighting more, in front of friends and family and just putting on a show, and I'm looking forward to doing it again.
And what are you foreseeing for 2014? It sounds like you already got some goals and some stuff that you're focusing on.
Of course, I want to keep winning. I hope that this does lead to a title shot. If not, no worries. I'm gonna keep doing my thing. But the number one, first and foremost, is this fight, man. It's the most important thing to me, and I plan on getting that W.
And then thought about it yesterday. There was another big legacy announcement. A lot of your teammates got announced for fights. So what's that like? That you guys are all under that same promotional umbrella. You're all there to push each other. It's all that same kind of thing. What's that like that, now there's this group of Jackson's fighters in Legacy?
It's beautiful. On the same card, I got Damasio and Phil Dawes. And Phil is an upcoming phenomenon, to be honest. He's going to be a stud. Damasio's been a stud for a long time, and he's still, improving. So it's great, man. Now we've got my two roommates are fighting on the Legacy here in Albuquerque. And that's going to be a great show. Donald Sanchez, Henry from here, a lot of guys on that card. So Holly Holm, of course. And it's just really a great, atmosphere at the gym right now.
We thank you for the time. Any last message you want to send out to your
yes,
fans?
you know, I look forward to fighting. I can't wait to see y'all. I'll see you soon. I actually have some good sponsors for this fight, so I brought my list, and I'm so thankful for these guys, man. I really appreciate it. First, my new sponsor manager, Lee Robinson. She absolutely killed it. This is her first fight with me, and I really appreciate it. Zenith Roofing, Fort Worth Electric, Bolt Street Gym, America's Best Sports Photography, Goodfellas Logos, and Cruise Combat. And I appreciate everything, man. That's you don't know how much it means to me, but thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it.
Legacy FC 28, February 21st. Tune in to Access TV if you're not going to be there live and see Hunter Tucker in the co-main event. Thanks for watching, everybody.